What's going on, and welcome back. Before we get started, a couple of things. Number one, dude, check out my Mario Brothers shirt, dude. It's awesome. It's awesome. But the thing is, my boy Mario here is wearing a red cap and I'm wearing a black cap, so I need to change caps so I can match Mario. So I'm gonna put my red cap on today. That's right, we're using the red cap, so now I, can match a little bit. It makes sense. And number two, just let me cut the music down for a second. I want you to listen. Can you hear that noise? Yes, no, maybe. Let me tell you, I got the air conditioner on today because it's freaking hot outside. Now, if you watch some of my older videos, when I'm filming in the summer, dude, it gets really hot in this room. And in some of the older videos, I'm sitting here filming, I'm like sweating, dude. That's how hot it gets in here. But it doesn't matter because I have an important announcement to make. But not today. You're just gonna have to wait, man. I'm just gonna save it for another video. What video? You just got to tune in to find out. Anyways, now, this happens to everybody. It happens to me all the time, as a matter of fact. And usually, like when you're playing like a large game, let's say Elden Ring or Hogwarts Legacy, or even like Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Final Fantasy, there's gonna come a time during the game when you get lost. You're gonna get lost, or you're gonna run into a puzzle. What do you do? What do I do? Dude, I'll pull out my strategy guide. Let's face it, man. These are portable strategy guides now, pretty much. All you gotta do is you get lost, you can't figure out a puzzle, look it up on YouTube. The answers are right there almost instantly. Or Google it. Instantly, you'll get the answers to what you're looking for in a video game, right? Never fails, dude. It doesn't matter what game I'm playing. There's gonna come a point in time in that video game that I'm playing that I get lost, man. I get lost, or I'll run into a puzzle that I just can't figure out. And I'll sit there for a little bit to try to figure it out. Don't think I'll just go straight to this. I'll sit there and I'll try to figure it out, and then I'll just get frustrated and I can't take that shit anymore. So I'll pull my phone out, dude. The portable strategy guide. And I'll look up the answers on YouTube and they'll give them to you. Somebody who has them, they're out there. Always. Somebody will have them, and then you can just get along or get on with your game, and that's that. But you know what, man? It wasn't always like that. You couldn't always just get on your phone and look up answers. Back when I was younger, growing up, I didn't have a smartphone. I would have to actually use a strategy guide to figure out what I was doing in a game. If I had the strategy, man, you're gonna hear me say that word a lot, strategy guide, for the game that I was playing at the time. As a matter of fact, if I had, guidebooks for the games that, I'm playing now, I would definitely use them, dude. I love strategy guides, man. I think they're great. They still make them. I just, by the time, I pick up a game and I play it, I'll finish the game before the guide comes out, pretty much. I wish they would, make a strategy guide for the game that they were coming out with, but that's not always the case. Sometimes if it's a big game like Elden Ring, I've seen Volume 1 and Volume 2 for that game with strategy guides because that game is so huge. I got lost in that game a lot, so I have to use this to figure my way out or around or whatever. That game is freaking huge. But man, there's gonna be a point in time where you're gonna have to pull out your phone no matter what, man, for sure. But Today we're gonna take a look at some of my strategy guides that I have here. Not some, pretty much most of all my strategy guides that I have here. Dude, I finished all these games, almost all these games. I think there's maybe a couple of games in here that are guides for games that I don't have, or actually no, I do have the games. I just never played them yet. So these are gonna come in handy for when I do play the game. Okay, so number one, check this out, man. I don't know. This isn't my original copy. I had to get this copy off of eBay years ago. But I wish this was my original one. But growing up, I grew up with the NES, dude. And check this out, the official Nintendo Player's Guide. Dude, when you're growing up, everybody had this book. This is the NES Bible. That's what it's called. And it had, like hints and tips for a lot of like the games that were released when they were released during the early years of the NES, like The Adventures of Link and Ghosts and Goblins, dude. I would use these guidebooks or this book a lot growing up. They had maps for Super Mario Brothers, dude. Like I don't really think like you need maps for Super Mario Brothers, but it had it, and I used them, dude. Definitely used them for sure, man. This was the book to have when the NES first came out, and then at the very back of the book, they gave you like preview of games that were coming out or that were out already. And I remember looking at this and I'd be like, oh, I want this game, I want this game. And pretty much all the games that are back here, as a matter of fact, I probably already own. But yeah, man, this is awesome. Having this growing up with the NES, dude, this was the book to have for sure. It was awesome. I'm gonna have to put some of these books on the ground because they're heavy for my little table and my things like tables wobbling. Okay, so the Breath of the Wild, dude. I picked this up during a disc golf tournament. I think I mentioned that a while back when I was talking about my amiibos. I definitely needed this book when this game first came out. So I started playing the game, and then I picked up this strategy guide because I knew I was going to need it. And a little after I picked up this guide, I started dating this girl. I'm not going to mention her name, but I started dating this girl. And she'd sit there and she'd watch me play Breath of the Wild. So what she would do is she'd help me out. As I was playing the game, she'd go through the strategy guide and she'd help me figure stuff out, especially like the shrines and stuff. Some of the shrines, they got kind of difficult and I couldn't figure them out. So she'd look in the book and, we got through the whole game using the strategy guide. She used the strategy guide. I couldn't figure this thing out. This thing read weird, but she knew how to read it. Like, she figured it all out, and she got me through Breath of the Wild using this, and that's how we finished the game, using the strategy guide. As you can tell, it's a little bit worn, dude. Some of the pages are kind of muffed, but it's because we used it, man. Definitely, and it came in handy. And if I ever play it again, dude, I might have to use this thing for sure. For sure. Now, I bought this last year. This next guide I'm going to show you. I bought this last year, and it's still sealed. It's the hardcover, complete official guide, collector's edition for Tears of the Kingdom. Still sealed. Never opened it. You know why? Because by the time this thing came in, I finished the game already. So I never needed the book. So it's going to forever be sealed. Forever, dude. But I'm glad I have it because I'm pretty sure later on this thing is going to be worth a lot of money. And I'll tell you why in a minute. But it's going to forever stay sealed. I'm never going to open it. I'm never going to break the plastic, break the seal. So, dude, I need to find a place to put this where plastic doesn't get all torn up. But yes, man, I'm glad I got this when I did, because I think at the time I paid, does it have the price on here? It says $44.99. I didn't pay $44.99, $45. I think I paid I think it was 30. So I'm pretty sure if you go to like another or like say Barnes and Nobles or something, and you find this, you probably have to pay like $45, $30 when it first came out, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna get more expensive. Sure. Dishonored 2. This is one of those games that I finished the first one. I haven't played the second one yet, but I bought this and The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt was a complete collector's guide at a Best Buy years ago in San Antonio, Texas, when I went to go visit my cousins. And I paid $50 total for both of these books. They're still sealed. This one's kind of open, The Witcher 3. We'll talk about that one here in a minute. But played the first Dishonored. I haven't played the second one yet. I do plan on playing the second one because the first one was pretty good. But I've never opened the guide. It's still sealed. And guess what? It's gonna stay sealed. It's got a price tag on here for $39.99, $40. But again, I didn't pay $40 for this game or for this book. It was under retail price. So yeah, Dishonored. Oh man, the plastic's tearing, dude. The plastic's tearing on this, but whatever. Anyways, it's gonna stay sealed, or somewhat sealed. And this one again, it's the plastic's tearing, but I'm never gonna open this guide up because did you know right now, and I don't know why, for whatever reason, this book on eBay is going for $300. $300, dude. Why? I don't know. But dude, I'm glad I never opened it up. And as a matter of fact, on the way back from San Antonio, I was gonna break the seal, even though it's somewhat broken already. I was gonna completely open it so I can look through it. And I wasn't even playing the game back then. But no, for whatever reason, this thing has shot up in price. So I'm never opening this. I already finished Witcher 3 twice. I put over 160 hours in that game. The NES Game Atlas, Nintendo Player's Guide. I never use this, but it's got a lot of like maps and stuff for Ninja Gaiden, Star Tropics, Mega Man 3, The Adventures of Link, The Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Brothers 3, dude. It's almost kind of like the first guide that I showed you, but it's just got, different games in it. But man, if I ever play these games, I might just pick this book up and look at it. Give me some hints on older games. I really don't need them, but still, it's here, in case I want to use it. These next 1, 2, 3, 4 books I'm fixing to show you definitely got some use. Well, let's start off with this one. Resident Evil 2. Prima's unauthorized game secrets for Resident Evil 2. Dude, I definitely use this book. It came in handy because at the time I wasn't used to playing a 3D game. I told that story before. I was completely new to the whole 3D gaming. I didn't get an N64. I skipped that and went straight to PlayStation. But yes, I did use this. It's got hair on it. Had dog hairs. But I did use this book. Definitely use this when it gets through Resident Evil 2. I'm surprised I still have it, dude. I was actually, where I found all these books was in my storage when I was going through it the other day. Oh shit. I'm gonna try to get to this video kind of quick because my camera battery's always dead. Dude, I need a new battery, man. I need a dummy battery, something I just stick in there and plug in so I'll never run out of battery. But anyways, Resident Evil Code Veronica. We tried this out on the CRT, dude. That game was played with this book, and that's how I got to that game, using this strategy guide, dude. Man, memories. That's all these books are. They're memories, but they're great, dude. And if I ever play Code Veronica again, which maybe one day I will, I'm definitely gonna use this book, dude, because it came in handy. It did come in handy. And again, I think I said this. I played through that game using this book, dude. This one definitely got used as well. Totally unauthorized. That's Brady Game Strategy, guys. Totally unauthorized Silent Hill book. Dude, I forgot I had this one, as a matter of fact. I mean, I forgot I had it until I found them the other day. I was going through some boxes. I was actually looking for the NES, the SNES, and I found these, dude. I'm surprised that I still had some of the guides that I have right now, dude. But this was awesome. This helped me a lot. Now, Final Fantasy, the completely unauthorized Final Fantasy VII Ultimate Guide. I got this at a grocery store, I think. I got this one at a grocery store. And as you can tell, it got put to use. Dude, are you kidding me? It still has the freaking poster inside. Still attached to the book. Dude, that's nuts. But yes, some of the pages are a little ratty, I'm not gonna lie. But this thing had everything I needed to get through that game. That game was huge, man. I think, what was it, like 4 discs long or something like that? When it first came out, I was like, geez, dude. But dude, I gotta say, I used the shit out of this book. That's the only way I can get through that game. Because that game was so huge. But yeah, man, $9.99. I bet you this is fetching a pretty penny right now. Just, I'll guess. Look it up, man. Look it up. The completely unauthorized Final Fantasy Ultimate Guide. If you want to see a picture of it, you can look it up on eBay. I'm telling you right now, I paid $9.99 for this. Still has the poster attached. Crazy. Strategy Nintendo Power Guide, Super Mario Bros. 3, dude. This was just one of those guidebooks that my buddy James gave me. Never needed it, but I'm glad I have it. The Final Fantasy Strategy Guide from Nintendo Power. Again, I'm not gonna lie, never played Final Fantasy. You're probably thinking, what? No, it's true. I've never played the original Final Fantasy. I mean, I played it like for a grand total of like 20 minutes. And then I was like, I got kind of like spoiled with Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy III, which is Final Fantasy VI in Japan. So I just like I was like, I can't get into the first game. I have to try it out again. But if I do, I'm gonna use this. 2 more to go. Dragon's Dogma. For Dragon's Dogma, I was telling my buddy Mark that I had this book, and I wanted to play through Dragon's Dogma before I played through Dragon's Dogma 2. It was Dragon's Dogma 2. Jeez, I can't talk, dude. The second game that just came out, I definitely want to play it. It's like on my list of top games I want to play, but I want to go through this game first. And we tried looking for this guide the other day. He was helping move some stuff out, so I knew I had this, and I didn't buy this book. My buddy James gave me this one, but I knew it was in there. So if I play the game, when I play the game, I'm definitely gonna use this book. It's got maps and it's got all this shit in there. The only problem is, look how small that text is. It's got small little text. I'm gonna have to put my reading glasses on. I'm not kidding. My eyesight isn't what it used to be. So, dude, I mean, look at this. I don't even think you can see it. Dude, the text is so small. I'm gonna have to wear glasses when I'm looking at this thing. But this is awesome. Yes. I will definitely use this for sure. And last but not least, Final Fantasy Anthology Official Strategy Guide. What is this? 4, actually? Final Fantasy 6 or it's for a couple of Final Fantasy games. Anyways, so yeah. I can't read Roman numerals, but dude, here it is. Anyways, before I get out of here, before my freaking battery dies, I was at a store. I'm not gonna mention what store it was because I don't know who's watching this video or where you're watching it from. But I was at a store not that long ago, not here in town, obviously. And as I was going through the store, I was like, what the hell? They had a section full of strategy guides. Dude, I'm talking Final Fantasy, God of War, Assassin's Creed. Dude, and they were all under retail. These were older strategy guides. I was like, holy shit. I could probably buy them all for less than $100. I'm not even kidding you. Except for maybe one, I think they had it for like $40. I think it was like for the Legend of Zelda. It was an older, or was it Ocarina of Time? I can't remember, but I was like, oh my gosh, dude. I can't believe these are still here. Nobody's picked them up yet. Because I know they're worth some money. I should have bought them at the time, but I didn't because I had already spent some money and I didn't feel like spending any more money. So I was like, another time. And I'm pretty sure they're still there because they looked like they've been there for a while. All right. So one of these days, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna buy them all because how cheap they were, dude. I'm still like, I can't believe I didn't pick them up, man. Because I freaking love having strategy guides for video games. I think it's great. I love looking at them. I love going through them while I'm playing the game. But they're still there. And maybe, just maybe, since they've been there for a while, maybe the store employees will be like, these things aren't selling, let's mark them down even more. Dude, that's a win for us, isn't it? But I'm not going to say what store it is because that's all I need is for somebody to be watching this video from that town and going to that store and buying them before I do. That would suck. But yeah, man, if I ever go back, I'm sure I'm going to go back. When I do, I'm going to pick them up and I'll show them to you. But there you go. That's my strategy guide collection. That's my video on strategy guides. But for right now, this is probably the best guide ever. Your cell phone. So anyways, I gotta go, man. I gotta take my son to a birthday party. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.